Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到木头说，我是你们的木头。今天爸爸在打扫卫生，由我来给你们讲故事吧。今天的故事的名字叫 Just Big Enough， 我们足够强大。
Just Big Enough by Mercy Mayer.Every morning on my way to school, I always sit in the same seat on the school bus. But this morning, a big kid took my seat. "Excuse me," I said. "You are sitting in my seat." The big kid didn't move. I guess he didn't hear me. At recess, I wanted to play football with the big kids, but they said I couldn't play because I was so small.And at lunch, the big kids took all of the cupcakes. They laughed when I said they have to share. They told me the cupcakes were just for them. I wish I were bigger, I said to my friends. They nodded. That night, I couldn't sleep, so I read a comic book, and that's when I got a great idea.The next morning, I asked Dad for some wood and some glue. Mom gave me tinfoil, and little sister let me have a yard of her glitter. "What are you making?" asked little sister. A growing machine," I said. I worked on the growing machine all morning. When it was finished, I sprinkled glitter on it.So it sparkled like the one in the comic book I had read. I made a helmet out of the tinfoil. Then I put on my helmet and climbed into the growing machine. I sat in the growing machine all afternoon. I even ate my lunch there. When it became dark, Dad said it was time to go home.Did I grow? I asked. Dad shook his head and said, "Not yet." "Maybe I should sleep in the growing machine," I said. Dad didn't think that was such a good idea. The next day, I went to Grandma and Grandpa's farm. "What's the matter, little critter?" asked Grandpa. I told Grandpa.about the big kid and how I was trying to get big too, so that I could do all the things the big kids did. Grandpa took me out to the middle. "Look at those two horses," he said. "Which one do you think is the fattest?" "The big one," I said. Grandpa let big horse and the little horse loose.They started to run across the field. And do you know which one was the fastest? The little one. The next day at school, the big kid said again that I couldn't play football because I was too small. I started to get mad. "I challenge you to a relay race," I said. The big kid.Against the little kids. The big kids laughed, but they said okay. The whole school came to watch the race. And you know what? The little kids won! So I guess sometimes being small is just big enough.